25-year-old Clarendon man in Manchester Beryllium robbery, shooting charged. The police have charged a Clarendon man in connection with the gun attack and robbery of Beryllium security guards at a bank last month in Manchester, which left 5 passers-by nursing gunshot wounds. 25-year-old Dorail Watson, otherwise called Stinger, of Maypen, was charged on Monday with robbery with aggravation, wounding with intent, shooting with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, use of a prohibited weapon to commit a felony, and unauthorized possession of ammunition. He is scheduled to appear in the Manchester Parish Court on Wednesday, September 13. The police report that at about 5:15 p.m. on Friday, August 25, 3 security officers were leaving the bank when they were attacked by armed men, who opened gunfire at them. The guards returned fire and the gunman escaped with an undetermined sum of cash. When the shooting subsided, 5 persons were found with gunshot wounds and were taken to hospital for treatment. Hours later, Watson, who was driving a Toyota Wish motor car, was intercepted by the Clarendon police. The vehicle was searched and, according to the police, several rounds of ammunition, spent casing and a 9mm magazine were seized. He was subsequently arrested. Madic's mother increases reward for information on her daughter's abduction. Businesswoman Millicent McCurdy has doubled the reward to an impressive $1 million to get information that will lead to the recovery of her daughter Madic. The first reward didn't unearth any new information regarding my daughter's disappearance. I am just not getting anywhere. There has been no ransom, no communication. The police are even unable to find her phone. So I have doubled it now because I need answers. Somebody somewhere knows what happened to my daughter, and I intend to find out, McCurdy told Observer Online. According to the police, 29-year-old Stephanie Williams was last seen wearing a black blouse, black tights and a pair of black shoes. She is of brown complexion, slim build and is about 5 feet 7 inches. Anyone with information can call 311, and if the information leads to her safe return, they will have access to the reward. McCurdy, a successful businesswoman from Westmoreland, has also penned a letter addressed to the Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson, where she complained that her daughter's disappearance has not been a top priority for the lawman. It has been 17 agonizing days, and the progress in the investigation has been disheartening. It feels as though this case is being drawn out, she wrote. She intimated that the police force has not allocated a lot of resources towards her daughter's case. There has been other instances where cases like these were or have been treated like first priority. There has been a new case regarding a woman and her infant missing, and within 12 hours it has been treated as a first priority with all hands on board because it involves a member of parliament. The situation is heartbreaking. We are all Jamaicans. There should be unity rather than biased decisions based on popularity or a person's status in society, she said. A devout Christian, McCurdy attempted to appeal to the humanity of Major General Anderson. No one will fully understand until they are placed in our shoes. I plead to put yourself in this situation like a father. How would you feel? Devastated and confused just like myself, she said. She pleaded for Anderson's personal intervention in the case so that it is treated as a first priority. There hasn't been an update from the cell companies in regards to the last call or where her last cell signal was pinged. I know Jamaica has adequate technology installed that can be used to better solve this case and bring my daughter home. That is all I am asking for, she said. McCurdy said the situation has taken a toll on our emotional well-being, and we desperately need your support. Your involvement in swift action would and can mean the world to our family in this difficult time. We implore you to consider the gravity of the situation and the impact it has on our lives, she said. Dunce moves. Education Ministry warns schools against barring students over controversially branded bags. Minister of Education and Youth Fayval Williams has once again cautioned school administrators and teachers against using denial of access to education as punishment. Reacting to an article published in Irie News Media TV, which cited a possible lockout by Jonathan Grant High School of students who sport the trending Dunce branded school bag, Williams said, school administrators and teachers need to apply corrective actions consistently and prudently in accordance with our laws and established best practices in education. Numerous studies have shown that denying students access to education as a means of punishment worsens undesirable behaviors. Jonathan Grant principal Dr. O'Neill Ankle had said that, if a child showed up with a bag on Monday, he would have to get another bag. He is not coming into the school with that bag, the Spanish Town, St. Catherine-based principal told Irie News Media TV. I will not allow it, and I know I'm going to get strapped for it, but I don't care, he added while speaking with the newspaper on Friday. This morning, Williams said the age-old practice of denying access to education as punishment is not only counterproductive, it is illegal. Barring students from schools contravenes Article 28 of the United Nations Convention of the Rights of the Child, to which Jamaica is a signatory, the Education Act, 1965, as well as the 2004 Child Care and Protection Act, which is built on the best interest principle and also states that school leaders and teachers are acting in loco parentis, in place of a parent. Williams stressed that administrators and teachers have a duty of care to the students. In addition, administrators and teachers are agents of the state, in that they work on behalf of the state, and every decision made is not personal, but rather a decision on behalf of the state. Therefore, school administrators and teachers must make decisions that show that they are trained, cognizant, and respectful of the laws of the land, the country's international obligations, human rights, the rights of the child, as well as the policies of the Ministry of Education and Youth. Our school leaders cannot do as the untrained persons. They are expected to demonstrate their training in developmental psychology, socialization, behavior change management, classroom management, and positive discipline, all undergirded by the best interest principle, the minister added. Williams also added that children are minors and it is clear they are victims of the failures of our agents of socialization. Our school administrators cannot fail them too. They must demonstrate that they are mirroring the behavior that they want the students to model, that is, compliance with laws and regulations. She also reminded school leaders that parents/guardians must be engaged regarding matters pertinent to the interests and development of their child/children. Let us continue to strengthen partnerships and be an advocate for our children. The minister listed a number of alternatives school administrators should consider instead of barring students from accessing their education. These are: engage students in conversation about the appropriateness of their behaviors, choices, and consequences. Hold motivational sessions with children using exemplary personalities. Convene empowerment session for parents with a focus on positive parenting. Put children on behavior contracts using schedules of reinforcement. Refer students for internal or external counseling. Ask students to do research and launch positive behavior campaigns. Make use of student leadership to champion change. These include peer counselors, student councils, class prefects, leaders of clubs and societies, and other such organizations. Acknowledge, incentivize, and celebrate good student behavior. Give reasonable time for corrective action or for the desirable behaviors to be demonstrated. At the start of the school year, we want to begin with encouragement of and blessings on our students, Williams said. Suspected inmate suicide at Tower Street Correctional Center. Investigators are now at the Tower Street Adult Correctional Center in Kingston probing a suspected suicide involving an inmate. The Gleaner understands that the police and a team from the Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, have since visited the facility. Dead is Leroy Bailey, who was serving time for murder. Our news team understands that this morning a head count was being conducted at the George Davis Center when, upon reaching Bailey's cell, he was seen motionless in a standing position with a piece of cloth around his neck. The George Davis Center houses persons with mental issues at the correctional facility. Bailey was cut down and taken to the Kingston Public Hospital. Investigations are ongoing. Man believed to be of unsound mind shot in Portland, INDECOM investigating. The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, is probing the shooting of a man believed to be of an unsound mind early Monday morning in Portland. Details of the shooting are sketchy, as it is uncertain if the man was shot by a licensed firearm holder, whose house he attacked with stones, or the police who were also attacked with stones while responding to the incident. Deputy Superintendent Julio Francis of the Port Antonio Police told IRI News Media TV that the police received a report shortly after 2 a.m. about a man pelting stones at a house occupied by a resident, who is also a licensed firearm holder. According to Francis, when the police arrived at the location, they too came under attack from the man believed to be of an unsound mind, who pelted stones at them, damaging a Mitsubishi pickup service vehicle. The windscreen was damaged and the passenger side of the glass window on the service vehicle was shattered during the stone-throwing incident, said Francis. According to Francis, the police, in defending themselves, reportedly discharged their firearm, likewise did the licensed firearm holder, resulting in a single shot hitting the man in the shoulder. The wounded man was rushed to hospital, where he has been admitted under police guard. It is still uncertain as to whether it was the police or the licensed firearm holder who fired the shot that hit the man. However, according to Francis, investigations are currently ongoing. A team from INDECOM was present at the crime scene collecting statements from the police while speaking to residents about the incident. Entry denied. Rights group slams government after Haitian refugees returned home in under 24 hours. In just under 24 hours, the 36 Haitians who arrived on a beach in Long Bay, Portland, last Saturday at 6 a.m. were sent back to their country. But the fast pace at which the government arranged for a Jamaica Defense Force Coast Guard vessel to leave the island with the refugees at 3 a.m. on Sunday has earned the ire of rights group Freedom Imaginaries, who have accused the administration of sending the Haitians home under the cover of darkness, without due process, in blatant disregard of United Nations, UN, advisories and international law. According to Freedom Imaginaries founder Milena Alain, the government's decision to return the Haitians without due process could have been a deliberate effort to impede their access to legal support and information on their rights. Alain, an attorney, made the accusations in a letter to Prime Minister Andrew Holness and 2 other government ministers. We are also concerned that this decision could be indicative of an emerging policy of draconian responses to vulnerable Haitian migrants in an unlawful attempt to deter future flows of Haitians to Jamaica, she said in the letter, a copy of which was seen by the Jamaica Observer. She also said it was deeply disturbing that the Haitians were returned within 24 hours of arrival, without an opportunity to recover from their journey to Jamaica. The Haitians who arrived on Saturday were the second group to have landed here, via boat, since July. The first batch of 37 are currently in the process of seeking asylum. It is reported that the Haitians who got here on Saturday were at sea for close to 2 weeks. In a statement issued on Monday morning, a Ministry of National Security said that, following the completion of immigration and security checks, the group was denied entry based on the vetting process. The government of Jamaica is in dialogue with the government in Haiti and arrangements have been made with the relevant authorities in Haiti to facilitate the group's safe return, the statement read. Alain said that the government's claim that it sent the Haitians home because it was found that there were members who had been previously removed from Jamaica for breaches of entry raises concerns that they were not assessed individually. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, she said, explicitly prohibits penalization for illegal entry. This is a flagrant violation of Jamaica's obligations under international law. The 1951 Convention relating to the status of refugees and its 1967 protocol prohibit refoulement the forced removal of people to a place where they may face risk of persecution, torture or other serious or irreparable harm. This entails a requirement that Haitian migrants must have access to efficient procedures that guarantee an individualized evaluation of protection needs, she said. She further argued that the UNHCR had issued an advisory that calls upon states in the region to suspend the forced return of Haitians to their country, warning that Haitians who are returned to Haiti may face life-threatening security and health risks, and further displacement inside the country. Alain requested a meeting with the government to discuss international law standards for the protection of Haitian migrants to ensure that this situation is not repeated in the future. For years Haiti has been mired in intertwining economic, security and political crises. The assassination of President Jovenel Moïse in 2021 has dramatically worsened the situation, with gangs taking an increasingly strong hold. Last Friday the UN reported that more than 2,400 people have been killed in Haiti since the start of 2023 amid rampant gang violence, including hundreds killed and lynchings by vigilante mobs. The toll came as clashes in Haiti's capital of Port-au-Prince last week left 30 residents dead and more than a dozen wounded. Between January 1 and August 15 of this year, at least 2,439 people have been killed and a further 902 injured, UN Rights Office spokeswoman Rabina Shamdasani told reporters in Geneva. In addition, she said, 951 people have been kidnapped during the same period. Haitians who landed in Portland repatriated. The 36 Haitians who landed in Portland on Saturday have been repatriated. Police sources have confirmed the departure of the Haitians back to their homeland, which took place Sunday morning via a Jamaica Defense Force Coast Guard vessel with assistance from the Jamaica Constabulary Force and other local authorities. The Haitians landed shortly after 6 a.m. Saturday at a beach in Long Bay, with residents calling the police. Before the police arrived, the Haitians, who appeared to be severely dehydrated and said that they were hungry after spending close to 2 weeks at sea, were fed and provided with bottled water by community members. Prior to their departure, the Haitians, who were screened and processed by the local health authorities, were provided with blankets, water, food, clothing, sanitary napkins, soap, and other personal items through the combined efforts of the Salvation Army, the Red Cross, the Portland Municipal Corporation, and community residents.